Oh, really? Oh, man. See, people, this is why. This right here is why. Nobody wants to talk about LeBron Ramon James, but he wants you talking about him. So when you're not talking about him, he finds a way to get himself involved in conversation. Yes, he does. And here he goes again. For some mysterious, odd reason, one of his homies and cronies. Have you always known it's always these dudes, the hanger-ons that got something to say? You got Richard Jefferson, who they basically was turning against when he had to come out and defend himself. RJ, he had something to say about the documentary and Michael Jordan. Then you had this guy, Channing Frye. Okay? Channing Frye should never have a comment towards Michael Jordan. I mean, really. Channing Frye, LeBron's hanger on, you should never open your mouth. See, this is part of the problem with LeBron. He pushes all of these people to talk for him. I remember Shannon Sharp said when Mav Carter was talking about Steph Curry, like, why? Why would you even bring that up? Like, what is that going to do for you? Like, you got to mention Steph Curry's name to get some publicity for yourself. For what? You Mav Carter. Why wouldn't you mention LeBron James to get attention for yourself? Why you got to take shots at Steph Curry? And Shannon Sharp said in his career that he would never say nothing to people and tell his family, like, don't say anything because if you talk, people will assume I told you to do it. So they're going to assume that's coming from me. Well, so what do you think when we see Channing Frye saying, oh, LeBron is the best and this is why? We're going to think this is coming from LeBron James. No matter what. And for Channing Frye to say all Michael Jordan did was score. Wow. Woo. Mm-mm-mm. All Michael Jordan did was score. Can you believe that? And they give these guys jobs. They give them broadcast and analyst jobs. They might as well give that job to you. They might as well give that job to me or anybody walking down the street. If anybody just going to be off the cuff and just say whatever they want. Nothing he just said in that statement had any validity. I mean, look, it's ridiculous. It is beyond anything you can ever imagine. But it's so disrespectful on a lot of different levels. And he knew it was disrespectful because he started it off by trying to basically give a reason for his actions. See, when you try to give a reason for your actions, you're basically already saying, I know what I'm saying is messed up. Oh, I know what I'm saying is going to get me in a whole lot of trouble. So let me go ahead and clean this up right now to give you some. No, you say it with your chest. If this is how you really feel, I respect James Jones out of all of them. He took his little position. LeBron got him in Phoenix, and he kept his mouth shut. And he's just doing his job over there. You know, the guy that carried the bags. You don't really hear him talking. He just carried the bags. You know, that's all he do. And he okay with that. Those guys, I don't mind. Because they keep their mouth shut and they just do their jobs. But these other dudes, oh, they want to be stars too. They want to be part of the mix. Mm, mm, mm. Well, for those who just showed up or didn't know why this video was premiering, you probably just saw the premiere or you saw it after the premiere. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. Let's get to why Channing Frye did all this and everything else. Because every time The Last Dance airs, LeBron James gets a media beatdown. And he knew for this whole month he was going to get beat down from the very first episodes. He turned around being a person who couldn't wait to see it to being a person who's been seeing his name bashed on social media, and he can't just blame Carcino. So Channing Frye decided to, out of the blue, just come out and make this comparing LeBron and Jordan and all this stuff. And he comes right out and says, I'm not going to lie. It's like, uh-oh, here comes a lie. I wasn't a Jordan fan. I'm from Phoenix. So I'm a Charles Barkley guy. I'm a Kevin Johnson guy. I'm a Thunder Dan Marley guy. So you're a success. I mean, okay, you're a person of mediocrity. So as much as everyone is shocked, I never had Jordan on my top player of all times anyways. Let's stop there. I personally, everybody knows, I was never a Jordan fan. I'm a bad boy Detroit Piston fan. I've never had Jordan on top of my list as the greatest basketball players in the world. I also liked Kevin Johnson, Charles Barkley, Marley. Rooted for him against Michael Jordan. Okay? But even I know, okay, what he is as a basketball player. I know he's not what they are thinking he is. He's in the top conversation. And your guy, he wouldn't even be in the spectrum sphere. He wouldn't even be in the stratosphere or the spectrum of any type of best player ever. If this is real and we're talking real, and I give you the real, he ain't even in the conversation. Period. Now, he goes on to say, I have LeBron James above Michael all time, and people are going to get upset at me. Oh, he's not a winner. But I think if you look at his body of work, other than the championships, which we cannot use in this argument, because if we use championships, then Bill Russell should be above them. So we can't use that argument. So we have to use everything else. I think the game was 1,000% different than what it is today. You think? Of course, the game was 1,000 times different than what it is today. So why are you trying to use the comparisons of what LeBron is doing as to how the game was played back then? Because you're comparing him to Jordan. The game has not gotten better. The game has gotten worse. The lanes are open. Mike was going 30 and doing all these other things when there was like no way to get through the gaps. So like Jordan is amazing is what he's talking about. He said, and this is not an argument to say he's lesser. It's just my opinion. So I think Jordan's job on that team was to score, right? He had one of those first teams with two, what we called tweeners, Dennis Rodman and Scottie Pippen, right? Dennis Rodman and Scottie Pippen, and we could throw in Tony Kukoc. We could throw in Ron Harper, who does not get enough credit. He only had one job, and that was just score. And he did that, and it was an amazing rate. But I don't feel like that way of winning would translate to what it is now. Guys wouldn't want to play with him. I think you have to adjust and adapt. And to say Jordan would average 50, no, he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't. Everybody would double team him. James Harden is damn near averaging 50. And you think people want double teaming James today? Why is he acting like 50 is a number that can't be reached? This this is the foolery of the entire statement. First he gives him credit, and then he's like, "Oh, well, he's amazing, but only as a scorer, right?" So me, Carcino, I'm not gonna attack this man with just ranting at him over who he feels is the best. But it's funny to me is that they want to remove championships when it doesn't fit their argument. Well, we can't do that, or then we're going to say Bill Russell is the best. So championships, we can't use those. Let's take championships out of it. Okay, now you're taking championships out of it, then what are you playing for, really? Okay, so we can't say Mike's a winner now because now we're taking championships out of it. All right, let's take championships out of it. Player for player. Your guy is weak mentally. The mental edge goes to Michael Jordan. Leader, Michael Jordan. Did more with less. Never got the players he wanted. Didn't stop him from winning. I mean, it's just so ridiculous. To say Michael Jordan had one job and all it was to score. What about the defense of Michael Jordan? The intangibles. All of the things that made him special. Coming up with big moments in the clutch. How did that get lost in translation? Jordan led the NBA in steals 3 times. He made 9 first team all defensive teams. How many did LeBron make? Since we're not talking championship. When Jordan won his first MVP, he also won Defensive Player of the Year. He also led the league in steals. And he was the slam dunk contest winner. He averaged 6.2 rebounds and 5.3 assists per game. He got more offensive rebounds than Dennis Rodman in Game 7 against Reggie Miller, where he held him scoreless in a period. So, I just wanted to be known. Right? I just wanted it to be known. Well, the thing is this, they leaned on his teammates when they had to see Scotty checking Magic and all those things. When they see that, they talking about some, oh, well, he leaned on his teammates to do something. No, he depended on them to step up. You know, but to say Michael is just a scorer is very insulting. Even for Channing Frye to say something like that, that's very irresponsible. And you like, I mean, I understand he's your guy, and you want to fight for him, and you want to say all these things to come out and defend him. But we also know if you're saying it, LeBron is saying it with you. He think it, and he want people to be saying more that he's the best. He need more LeBron pats on the back. That's what Channing Frye is doing. But this don't help you, LeBron. It only hurts you because all the people you've been brainwashing all those years, all these people who were not even born when Michael Jordan won that last championship, they knew nothing about all this, even though this is all over the internet. But now it's shown where 25 million people are watching it sitting at home and they learning the truth all of this time. Like, man, we've been living a lie. This guy was really playing. This guy is exceptional, doing all these moves. What if LeBron can't do any of this? We've never saw LeBron do this at all. Why are we saying this bum is the best? You don't think the way he played would translate into what's happening now? What's happening now? Are you kidding? What do you mean? This is a cupcake league. Anybody playing the old way would win. Any of the older players, they know how to play basketball. They have knowledge of the game. Channing Frye, you couldn't even dominate in a watered down league. Listen, the league is full of players who barely know how to play any type of basketball. The NBA plays an entirely different way now. It's not orchestrated or revolving around ball movement. The Cleveland Cavaliers, the Los Angeles Lakers, the Miami Heat did not focus on ball movement once they got LeBron James. Figure that out. And you want to crown this guy, Jesus. It's just depressing to hear at times because it don't make any sense. It has no foundation of truth. It's just all lies. This man won Defensive Player of the Year, did all these things, and to have a clown like that, it's like one of the Joker henchmen making a statement. It's like, dude, your job is to get knocked out by Batman. That's it. That's your only job. Protect the Joker. Run out there and get yourself knocked out by Batman. Yeah. So, yeah, it is what it is, man. Michael Jordan is like Bruce Wayne up in the Dark Knight Rises. He's sitting in his house, his castle, retired, drinking yak and his stogie. And now here comes LeBron, his Bane, running around. There's no one here. Time to go mobile. So he running around, got his henchmen doing all his work. Tell them how great I am. LeBron, the best in the world, man. You better than Jordan. And you got to hear that nonsense from about 2, 3 people. But now people feel foolish. Most LeBron James fans are turning their heads like, hey, you know what? Yeah, I must admit, LeBron is a bum. I mean, I've been enjoying reading those. Those have been the funniest ones. Like, I can't believe I was blinded all these years. Oh man, it's hilarious. But hey, everybody makes a mistake. The point is, you can always get to come home when you get it right. So they got it right. Anyhow, you can leave a donation to the page, Carcino for Life. The name is Carcino on the Cash App. You can go to the Patreon, which is Carcino for Life. My Twitter is Carcino, and Streamlab is in the description box. And yeah, that's a wrap.